Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. Now there's a reason to come to Los Angeles for football.
2 teams, man.
I love that.
2 teams.
I really love that.
And we were talking about that folks across the country best get ready for the power of the NFL to be west in the Western time zone. Would you agree with that?
No question about it. I was at the 49ers yesterday. I would be a little worried about their skill position depth and worried that their defensive line, which they've spent so much draft capital on, is maybe not going to be the premier unit that everybody has thought that it would, although DeForest Buckner is very, very good. I'd be a little concerned, especially in their backfield. Their top 2 backs now, McKinnon and Breeder, are both hurt. But look, Jimmy Garoppolo's a rising tide that lifts all boats.
It's
incredible.
Help me out with
It's
what's
incredible.
hype and what isn't, and what's to be believed, and how good he is, and that he's just the football equivalent of hearing the crack of the bat in the.
Okay, Rich,
batting practice.
You've been around Kyle Shanahan. People sometimes when they ask me about certain guys, somebody said to me out in San Francisco yesterday, so hey, what do you think of the job Shanahan is doing? And I said, I think he's doing a great job. And they said, what's he like? And I said, he's skeptical. Because that's what he is. He does not buy into things right away. And so you remember when they made this trade last year, Rich?
I do.
Okay, when they made this trade, I was convinced that Kyle Shanahan wanted to go all in on Kirk Cousins in free agency in 2018. But when they traded for him, I said there had to have been a little bit of a buy-in from him. But I was told at that time that all this means is that they've spent a second-round draft choice and are going to see this guy for the next 2 months, and then they'll make their decision. Well, after they played, I think it was Tennessee, he walked into John Lynch's office last year and said, Shanahan walked into John Lynch's office, general manager, and he said, hey, let's get this guy signed. Let's get this guy done. And that, to me, said everything, because that, if you know Kyle Shanahan, you know that you have to do a lot of convincing to make him love somebody. And it didn't take him long. It only took him a few games to understand that this guy, not only is he smart in football, but he's also the kind of field general that Shanahan believes he needs.
So, Peter King, what is more likely to happen? Jimmy Garoppolo brings Lombardi to the 49ers, or we find out the real reason why Belichick got only a second-round pick.
Much more
Jimmy
likely
Garoppolo.
that he wins a Super Bowl. Because there's only about 3 people who know the answer to this question. There's Lynch, there's Belichick.
Well, Lynch might not even know. He might not even know why
I
the
think
second
Lynch
round.
knows. I think Lynch knows because he told me last year at the time, he says, Peter, I can't go there. So I think he knows.
Why only a second-round choice?
Correct.
Was
Yeah,
the price
and in
for
other words,
Garoppolo.
not only why only a second-round choice, but think about it. Belichick at the time knew that if he put Garoppolo on the open market, he probably could have gotten a 1+ something from the Cleveland Browns. And why did he not do that? I have my pet theory. A lot of people like to say, hey, Belichick hates the Browns because they fired him once. I really don't think that's it. I think that Belichick truly likes Jimmy Garoppolo and wanted to do him a solid, first of all. And I think the second reason is if Garoppolo did go to Cleveland, even if the Patriots got a much better draft pool or draft compensation for him, he's very dubious about whether Garoppolo would have signed long-term with Cleveland. And so what happens if Garoppolo is ever a free agent out of Cleveland? Well, look at it right now. As of this year anyway, Bills needed a quarterback, Jets needed a quarterback, and next year Miami might need a quarterback. So why would you risk putting him in your own division? But that's just a little pet theory that I have.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.